Hi, I'm Commander 64. I'm delighted to be playing Star Trek Rebel Universe on the Commodore 64. Scotty, beam me up. Welcome to part one of this two-part series of Star Trek Rebel Universe on the Commodore 64. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of the game, the storyline of the game, and how the game works. The game was written by Firebird, earlier named Firefly Software, which was part of the software division owned by British Telecom. They made games aimed at the teenage market such as Elite, Revs, Druid and the Sentinel, until MICROPROSE bought Telecom Software in 1989. Star Trek Rebel Universe was originally released for the Atari ST in 1987, and then in 1998 for the Commodore 64 and IBM PC. You could buy this game for $9.99 on cassette tape and $12.99 on disc. Zap 64 issue 45 in January 1989 scored it overall 81%, saying it was well presented, but the strategy adventure gameplay would appeal much more to fans of the series than to arcade fans. What is this game about? Well, consulting the manual, there is a lot of text, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of story here. I don't think you want me to sit here and read all of that out, so let's do a brief overview here. There's a transmission from Starfleet to Captain Kirk. It says there was an area of space called the Sagittarius Arm, which has been out of bounds to all Federation ships until now. They have sent Federation ships to explore this part of the galaxy, and as soon as the Federation ships get there, they have turned renegade and started showing their allegiance to the Klingon Empire. The Federation have created this thing called the Klein Sphere, which is like an interstellar barrier sphere that they've created that prevents any material passing through it. So they've trapped all the Klingon ships, all the Federation ships, and all the Romulan ships. And the Romulans at this point aren't at war with the Federation. They're sort of neutral, but they're pretty annoyed that the Federation have trapped them all in this great big sphere. The mission of the Enterprise is a 5-year mission to go into this Klein Sphere, figure out why all the Federations are going rebel and fighting for Klingons, fix it, and if we don't, we're going to be stuck there forever. You've then got a Captain Log, stardate 4107.6. In which Kirk talks about receiving the information by Starfleet Command and going into there. He's discovered that this space-designated quarantine zone is in fact a Klingon construction. Klingons have discovered that a particular isotope of dilithium, dilithium delta 6, found only in Drakion 2, acts as a telepathic amplifier. The Klingons are putting the whammy on all the Federation guys and mind controlling them basically. I guess your aim of the game is to find this telepathic device that they've created and destroy it and return everything to normal. So the first thing you get once you start loading your game is a title screen and a pretty authentic rendition of the original Star Trek TV theme, which is pretty much the only music I've heard in the game. There's a few sound effects here and there, but no real music. But yeah, this SID version of the Star Trek theme, that's quite nice. So now the game is actually loaded, the first thing we're presented with is what the developers of the game like to call a multi-vision system. Basically a bunch of windows that you can select different functions from. Our main window at the top there is obviously the bridge of the Enterprise. Surrounding it we've got our various key crew members of the bridge of the Enterprise. Scotty here. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. Lucky girl.
The fabulous Mr. Zulu. Oh my.
Chekhov. Nuclear vessels at the ready, sir. Uhura, who we all know has the most memorable line in that song.
There's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, Jim.
Bones. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a window. And obviously, Spock. I find this game highly illogical, Captain. Obviously, as the player, that's me, I'm Captain Kirk.
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 I'm Captain Kirk. I'm Captain Kirk.
I'm Captain Kirk.
Now each member of the crew has different submenus and functions depending on what that character did on the show. For example, if you were to select the fabulous Mr. Zulu, he would give you navigational menus because he was the one that flew the ship. Chekhov would give you weapons because he was in charge of the weapons. And the different windows will change throughout the game as well, depending on what the game thinks best suits your needs at that time. So if you're being attacked by Klingons, it's probably going to give you a few of Chekhov's menus around the edge. You'll see as we go along how they change. And then obviously this green bar, well not obviously, but I'm going to show you now, this green bar here is red alert, which is really annoying. Like the entire time, the entire time that you're fighting, that noise doesn't stop. It's awful. So you might want to turn the sound off. Now I know all this because I've had a quick playthrough before I started this video, because it's pretty in depth in terms of gameplay mechanics compared to, say, your average shooting game or platformer. There is a bit of a learning curve there. It's pretty vast as well, where there's supposedly about 4,000 planets. I mean, don't quote me on that. Bit of a no man's sky, this one. Lots of flying around and going to different planets and feeling like you're never really getting anywhere. So that's the end of part 1. I hope you enjoyed it. In part 2, which is coming very soon, we're going to be going straight into the gameplay, getting into some firefights, exploring some planets and getting stuck in. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave me a like, a subscribe or a comment. It's all very much appreciated. But for now, this is Commander 64 signing off.